Have you ever met an awesome 30-year-old woman who happened to be single? Or maybe you're the awesome 30-year-old who is wondering why she hasn't found her special someone yet. After all, by 30, we're supposed to have it all together, right? Marriage, house, career, maybe a kid on the way? Or is that not how it goes? With our ever-evolving world, it's hard to keep up. Luckily, today we're getting into 6 reasons why women are 30 and single, and you might be surprised to hear just what they are. Number 1, they just got out of a relationship. Plenty of women are 30 and single because they recently, or not so recently, got out of a serious relationship. These could be wonderful, dedicated women who spent most of their adulthood with a boyfriend, fiancé, or even husband, only to have their dream relationship destroyed for one reason or another. In fact, the average age for a couple going through a divorce in the US is, you guessed it, 30. Women are also more likely than men to file for divorce. Before you judge a single 30-year-old woman, know that she might have just come out of a relationship that was way more serious than half of the couples you see holding hands out there. Number 2, they're picky. A woman may also be 30 and single because she's picky, the same as she could be 21 and single, or 25 and single, or even 55 and single because she's picky. Being picky means she knows what she wants and isn't willing to settle for less. The older she gets, the fewer men her age she has to choose from in the dating pool, which makes finding a suitable match even harder. I applaud these women because they're making a more difficult decision now, but will end up having an even happier ever after later. This is because the women who aren't picky end up settling for a guy that makes them bite their tongue over a lot more things, or one that causes a relationship to end after years of frustration. After all, good things come to those who wait, not those who rush. Number 3, they aren't looking for a relationship. Other women are 30 and single because, well, they want to be. Most of us live in a free country where we can decide when to date as easily as when not to date. This woman might be working on herself, pursuing her goals, or evading a relationship because of past trauma with an ex or another man. She might be avoiding a relationship because she's planning to move, or perhaps she's already decided she wants to ride solo, or change her life on a whim without having to consult with a partner. This woman lives freely and encompasses freedom, and she doesn't need a man to tie her down. Number 4, they come from a different culture. In one country, a woman may be 30 and single and looked at like she's a little weird. Whereas in another country, she might be 30 and looked at like she's way too young for marriage. You heard me right. It's all based on culture. The average age for a woman to get married in the US is about 28 and a half. Meanwhile, across the pond in Portugal, Italy, the UK, and even Finland, the average age for marriage is over 31. In Spain, Iceland, Sweden, and Ireland, it's between 32 and 35. So, is it the woman who makes you wonder why she's 30 and single? Or your country? It's all about perspective. Number 5, they want more stability first. Did you know that getting married before 26 makes you more likely to divorce? In the study that discovered this, a large correlation was found between the stability of the couple and their age at marriage. It's common knowledge that most jobs pay more money the more time you're there, and the more experience you have. Experience can only be gained over time, which is exactly what the 30-year-old woman has to her advantage. She may be setting the scene for stability by advancing her career, getting her finances in order, or even buying a home. All of these factors make her more likely to find a stable partner later on, with whom she can stay through the ups and downs of life. Number 6, they're focused on themselves. Relationships can be great, but they can also be full of compromises. When you date someone, you have to adapt to fit them into your schedule and plans for the future. You can't just up and move one day if you feel like it without consulting them first. You also can't decide to stay out late without informing your partner who's waiting at home for you with dinner. Well, you shouldn't do that anyway, or else you'd be a jerk. A 30-year-old single woman could very well be focusing on herself without wanting a boyfriend to get in the way. When she's ready to incorporate a partner into her life, you bet she will, so don't worry about her in the meantime. You go, Miss Independent. 30-year-old single women may seem like outliers, but they're more common worldwide than you think. Whether they're focused on themselves, on the search for a new love, or simply enjoying their life with no pressure to find someone, these women are just as clever, fun, and attractive as their non-single counterparts. If you're a 30-something-year-old female who is watching this video contemplating your own singleness, you may want to check out our other video on how to cope with being single in your 30s. It's pretty inspirational. As for now, I hope you enjoyed watching and shoot us a thumbs up if you did. Don't forget to subscribe for more content. And as always, thanks for watching.